Hello, Spinner94 here, bringing you another Pokemon free-for-all. As I set up the camera there, I just want to thank everybody who turned up to my stream. This was from my stream I had yesterday, and this was a pretty fun battle. I mean, look at that. Matt Dog Gaming's using a Pikachu, Chantel's using a Dragonair, and we got Jim who's actually rocking a Flygon, so everybody bought somewhat of an interesting Pokemon. I even bought a Flareon along, but for shits and giggles, got Flareon's cool. Anyway, so he leads off with the Greninja, and I lead off with my Whimsicott, and of course the Jolteon and the red Gyarados comes out. So this is a free-for-all, so I pretty much figured, okay, the Jolteon's probably going to go for the Gyarados, but the Gyarados does Mega Evolve, which is a safe play, so it's not going to get wrecked by that Jolteon. And of course a Whimsicott's going to do what a Whimsicott does best, and just troll for his life. So I chuck up the Substitute, so at least I'm going to be safe behind there, but then the Volt Switch hits this red Gyarados and absolutely does a good chunk out of it. I mean, damn. So and then in comes this Vaporeon, who's just a troll of my life. In the stream, this thing trolled me to death, and I had a Focus Sash Destiny Bond Gallade. What the hell was I thinking? I'm still regretting that decision. So, unfortunately, I get U-turned out. And Whimsicott is going to, unfortunately, get its sub broken, as the red Gyarados is going to go for the Flamethrower, hit my Whimsicott, and do quite a good bit of damage. So, I get some nice lefties recovery here, and I'm thinking, okay, at this point, I'm probably just going to go for a Gaia Grain straight on this Vaporeon here, and I do actually nick half of its health, so I get that recovered quite nicely, as the Flygon did make a Abyss play and of course go for a Dragon Claw and Whimsicott, and that's not going to help too much, as Vaporeon's going to set up an Aqua Wing and Gyarados is going to miss its Hydro Pump. So this game's pretty galaxy at the minute, so we're going into some more lefties recovery and Aqua Ring. Bloody hell, this is getting trolly. So this thing's going to throw up its Protect, as I'm just wanting to get a Substitute up, because that's basically Whimsicott's function, throw plushies at everybody, as Dragon Claw's going to hit this red Gyarados, and the red Gyarados is going to go down. So at least I'm behind the Substitute now, so I can just do what Whimsicott's do best and just troll for my life. So this Vaporeon is quite a threat here, it's quite set up with the lefties and quite set up with the Aqua Ring, but now here comes the boss of swag. This absolute beast here. Look at that, takes a Dragon Claw, just lives, goes for a Thunderbolt and wrecks this thing. This Hangata had a Light Ball or something, but damn, that just destroyed that Vaporeon out of existence. This is the thing about free-falls I like, people bring really unusual Pokemon, and that was just awesome to see. So, I go for a Leech Seed again, he goes for a Dragon Claw on the Scatterdos this time, as this thing goes for Hidden Power, and it's Hidden Power Ice, so it nearly kills off this Flygon, as the Meaty Match is going to go into the Flygon and finish it off for good. So this Pikachu is picking up KOs left, right and centre at this point, which is great to see. It's nice to see these less appreciated Pokemon do minted free-for-alls. So in comes the Gardevoir here, as this thing's going to Mega Evolve into, well, a complete beast. And actually the Flygon had a funny name. It actually means really like staring eyes or something in German. Chantel was telling us, and she was getting quite a laugh out of that. So was the stream actually when they figured out what it means. I mean, I have no idea, I only speak English, but yeah, it was pretty good to see. So in comes this Dazzling Gleam. Poor Mad Dog's boss of swag goes down. It's like, oh dude, that sucks, as the Jolteon's going to go down as well, which is a shame, because Whimsicott was nicely set up there, but now the Substitute's gone, which kind of sucks, but I've got a load of Leechies up, which is going to help me out. So, at this point, Whimsicott's looking incredibly healthy, and in comes this Dragonair, and in comes this Swallow, which is a complete beast. Now, of course, I'm going to go for the Substitute again, because I'm not wanting to mess around with this thing, as the Gardevoir goes for a Fire Punch of all things, but it's enough to break my sub here, as this thing goes for Fly. In Fly, I wouldn't suggest Brave Bird over it, but Fly in this case actually came incredibly useful, as a Dragon Dance is going to get set up. It's like, oh hell. So this thing's starting to look quite the threat here, because this is things like a this thing's, what is it, a Dragon Tail Rest Sleep Talker, I believe, with I want to say Toxic or Protect or something along those lines. I honestly can't remember at this point. So I want to get the Leechies up, since I know this is this person's last Pokemon, but they avoid the Hypnosis, and I get hit by Fly. That's going to completely destroy me at this point, because Swallow's just going to wreck face. So he goes for a Dragon Tail, Chantel goes for a Dragon Tail on Matt Dog, sorry, and that does a good chunk of damage, as Frank's going to just Mega Evolve here, and unfortunately with this Dragonair setting up, I think me and my opponent kind of just went, okay, we kind of know what the threat is, as I get hit by a Psychic, but it doesn't do too much, as this thing goes for a Rest. So the Swallow's really nice heavy UPS, pretty decent nickname. So Dragon Dance is going to set up again, as I believe I go for a Thunderbolt on the Gardevoir, and the Gardevoir's practically dead at this point, as I'm going to get some nice Leechies recovery. So Whimsicott, even in death, is starting to prove quite clutch in this match, as I'm just nicely set up here. So probably didn't know what the bigger threat was, but as I say, seeing this thing go for a rest was quite an interesting one, because they couldn't use Shed Skin to wake up earlier, so it's like, ah, great. So Dazzling Gleam's going to hit, and it's going to hurt quite a bit, but it is quite bulky with the Eviolite here, but I go straight for a Dragon Pulse here, and do a ton of damage. God damn, Mega Frank is nothing to mess with. Mega Frank will mess you up for days. So I get the Leech Seed, Sap Recovery, take this thing out for good. And at this point, I believe, yep, James brings in his final Pokemon, which is Greninja, which is actually his YouTube name. And he does go for an Ice Beam, which is going to hit me up quite nicely and kill me off. So I wasn't going to be able to live that Ice Beam from this thing. It's definitely not going to... I'm not going to live that. It's Ubers for a reason. So I go to my final Pokemon, Flareon. I do make a bit of a misplay here. I go for the Superpower, just wanting to kill off the Greninja, where Flare Blitz probably would have succeeded. I probably should have taken out the Swell and be the bigger bet in hindsight, but at this point I didn't care. I was like, okay, the Ubers have to die. Being a Smogon player, you kind of say Ubers and you're like, the Ubers must die. So I go for a Superpower again, and unfortunately don't have enough to kill this thing off, because its flying type makes it nice and neutral, so it's neutral flying, and I'm going to get hit with its Fly. Unfortunately faster because of the Choice Scarf, one of the few times I wanted to be slower, and Fly is going to take my head off. So that was the game. That was a pretty good one. I certainly enjoyed that free-for-all. So it was on my stream. I announce when I'm doing streams usually, but sometimes I just do them randomly. So yeah, it was pretty good, pretty fun. So remember to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff on the video. Pop up to my streams if you want to keep notified when they're going to happen. I'll usually put a video up, as I said before. So yeah, that was pretty much the battle. Some interesting Pokemon rocking up there. This has been Spinning94, and I hope you all have a great day.